weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. Plenty of sun out there, not all that bad of a night overnight last night, and a pretty nice day yesterday, other than the wind, which wasn't nearly as bad as what it had been pretty much all week. We had temperatures that worked their way up pretty close to 50 degrees. We were above average for this time of the year yesterday. Our high was 49, and we're looking at 47. That's where we should be. A little bit cooler overnight last night, dropped down to 29 degrees, but we did have a few locations that were chilly as well. We'll get into those in just a minute. But as far as overnight was concerned, very nice evening. High pressure right now over eastern Ontario province. That high is going to be moving away from us, so our barometric pressure is going to drop just a little bit. The reason for that is going to usher in a low pressure system that very rapidly is going to be approaching us from the west. Matthew, right now, what are we looking at temperature-wise?
Well, over at the airport, it's mostly sunny at 48. Over in Midland, it's mostly sunny at 50. Here, Radio Center, it's also mostly sunny at 50. We have southeast winds at 8 miles per hour, and our pressure is at 30.03, and it's falling.
Hot spot in the state continues to be in the southwest corner. We're looking at 55 degrees right now in the South Haven area. A number of temperatures out there as well, out there being the southwest corner. Temperatures in that low to mid 50 degree area. And it does appear as though we're going to at least hit 50. We should way up to right around 57 with the help of mostly sunny skies. We're looking for a low tonight of 39, but then that temperature, once it hits 39, is going to begin to climb before sunrise tomorrow morning. The reason for that is because the low pressure system that is going to be approaching us from the west, it's currently over Idaho, and it's going to wind up over western Lake Superior overnight tonight. So as a result, warm front ahead of it, that's going to be pushing those temperatures up after midnight. We'll be looking at high temperature tomorrow of right around 62 degrees. Now, we are going to be getting more in the way of clouds overnight. Again, all of that a function of that low pressure system. It's moving very rapidly. It's going to cross the Lake Superior area and wind up by tomorrow afternoon east of Lake Superior. As a result, we're going to see not only a warm front move up through, but then early afternoon tomorrow, we're going to see a cold front whip through the state just like a cat's tail. So clouds to start the day tomorrow, some scattered light rain, but very little. Most of you probably won't see anything. Some of you will get a little bit of a drizzle and maybe a little bit of a pesky rain shower, but nothing really of any consequence when it comes to measuring. Clearing as we approach and get into the evening hours. By supper time, we won't see much of anything in the way of precipitation, and the clouds will begin to thin because overnight on Saturday night, our temperature is going to drop down to right around 33, which means that the skies will be clearing overnight. That low pressure system will be over eastern Lake Superior, as we said, and that front is going to drop down through the state from the west to the east right after lunchtime tomorrow. Sunday, because that front will have moved through, the temperatures will obviously be cooler. We'll be a good 15 to 18 degrees cooler on Sunday than we will on Saturday. We're looking for a high on Sunday of 42. Mostly sunny skies for the southern half of the lower peninsula. It will be breezy. We'll be looking at a northwest wind on Sunday, gusting to right around 30 miles per hour. So whatever you're doing outside, just kind of plan on a northwest wind, a gusty northwest wind. So in many cases with homeowners, if you're trying to blow leaves around, remember Mother Nature's got it coming from the northwest, gusting to 30 miles per hour. So don't try to blow those leaves against that northwest wind. Northern Michigan, though, is going to see a little bit more in the way of clouds on Sunday, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there's a snow shower or a snow flurry in the lake effect areas of the state in northern Michigan and in the Upper Peninsula as we go into the afternoon hours on Sunday. Monday, we won't really warm up all that much more. We'll still be looking at a high temperature of 42 on Monday with partly to mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy skies on Monday night, looking for a low of 26. Now, there is going to be a low pressure system over the Tennessee Valley, so it's going to be skirting under Michigan. That's going to try to push some moisture up our way. It's going to be real hit and miss right now. That's what it looks like for Monday night. I think the track of that low will take it far enough south, so probably the best chance of any moisture, if there is going to be any in the state on Monday night, will be right along the Michigan border with Indiana and Ohio. During the day on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies. Thursday, more in the way of clouds, and there will be a chance of a shower or two. At least that's what it looks like right now on Thursday. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the 27th of the month. On average, above normal for this time of the year. Precipitation value will pick up just a little bit as well. Record high in this state is 65. That was set back in 1953 and tied in 2009. The record low was 11. That was set in 1933. Incidentally, the coldest ever 14th of November was 1933. 25 was our high. 11 was our low. The warmest ever, you got to go back to 1958. 64 was our high. 54 was our low. And back in 1997 on this date, we picked up a little bit better than 3 inches of snow, 3.2 to be exact. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by today, Matthew, who do we have?
Coming up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at RoofMax. AskBenHow.com. I did, and I was glad that I did, because you just don't think of a roof when it comes to maintenance until something goes wrong, until you got a leak, until you got shingles that are blowing around. Well, you don't want to wait for that. You just want to make sure that you get a free roof assessment and get it taken care of now. That's how you do it. You give Ben a call at 989-859-6751 or go to askbenhow.com. It's that simple. Remember, you maintain your equipment, your roof means maintenance too. And RoofMax does deliver with its restored flexibility and life-extending opportunity with your roof. You will save thousands of dollars and one big headache. A little care today will save you a whole lot more tomorrow. AskBenHow.com, 989-859-6751. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Gary, good morning. How are you?
Thank you.
No, it sounds like we've got a bad connection there, Gary. I'll tell you what, we'll try to call you back. All right. All right. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Do we have Doug on the line with us right now, Matthew? Let's check in with Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer first. Doug, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Yeah. Much clearer signal there. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Hey, not too bad. It's Friday.
My God.
There's a government report, isn't that's coming out today too?
I heard that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the market's just kind of playing it close to the vest, or what are they doing?
Waiting for the lies.
Oh boy.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, like you said, playing it close to the vest. Crude oil's up about $1.50. Precious metals taking a pretty heavy hit. Silver's down almost 4% today. So I don't know. The manipulating traders are making a lot of money while the average guy just stands there and goes, "What's going on?" I would be in that category right there.
Well, there's two of us.
Jeez, old Pete. Yeah, we had a really brutal day on the stock market yesterday. Started out quite brutal today. Kind of almost rallying around. The Dow's only down about 1/3%. S&P's actually up about 1/3%, and the Nasdaq's up about 0.5%. Yeah, they're really ugly on Bitcoin. Fell below $95,000 today. Can't remember what the high was, but I'm thinking about 135,000 was the high. And so that's getting kind of, ugly. Again, I'm just watching from the sidelines because out of my pay grade and over my head. Yeah, so like I said, a lot of new lows in the tech. I mean, that just comes around in a real big hurry. You have a high one day and 2 weeks later you're setting at a low, and holy mackerel, it's fast. But I don't know. We'll have to see what happens Monday. I'm kind of shell-shocked from yesterday, so I don't really want to do any major moves today. So here's your numbers. December corn 441 1/4, down 1/4 penny. The March corn is 455 1/2, unchanged. January soybeans 1146 1/4, down 3/4 penny. The March soybeans 1156 3/4, unchanged. December wheat 536 1/2, up 3/4 penny, and the March wheat is 551 1/2, down 3/4 penny. Sugar's having a good day, up almost 4%, almost back to 15 cents a pound, or $15 a hundredweight. So that's coming back. The crude oil is 60.13, up $1.49. Heating oil is 254.77, up 8 1/4 cents. Gasoline 201, up a nickel. And natural gas is 388 1/4, down 10 3/4 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.40.24 Canadian. That's down 8 ticks. The dollar buys 154.56 yen. That's up 1 tick. The euro's at 116.14, down 17 ticks. The dollar's at 99.28, up 13 ticks. And so the metals are getting hammered, as I mentioned. Gold is $4,100.80, down $93.70. Silver's at $51.19, down $1.98. Platinum's at $15.74.70, down $39.20. Copper's at $509.70. That's down 2.65 cents.
Whoa. A little bit of a drop there. Oh, well, good way to end the week, huh?
I say.
Nothing but up for next week.
Okay. Okay, sure.
You have a good one. Thanks, Doug.
You too.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Thumb Bank, working with agriculture since 1895. Farming does have a whole lot of challenges. A lot of changes have to be made with your operation as you try to contend with those challenges. Thumb Bank can help. They've got the experts there to work with and work through things. They've got 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay Area, too. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Market Report also brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents directly on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in Reese, 989-868-4722. That's the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Well, let's see if Gary Kaufman is still all choked up about those market prices. Gary, let's try it again. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Jerry. Hopefully you can hear me better now.
Much better, much better. I'll tell you, modern day Marvel electronics. I don't know how to...
it's been a challenge with the phones here for some reason today. I don't know what it is, if it's our end or everybody else's end, but I think it's our end. One call it comes through good, the next call not so much. So
Well, we've had our share over here too, so I can identify with you. What's going on with the markets today? We've got this government report coming up?
yeah, today's a big day for kind of a first data dump from the USDA here today, Terry. We got the November WASDA report, so this will be our first production and stocks and yields and reports since September. So it's been a bit. Expectations are for corn is a cut in both the yield and production. Chatter within the trade on Thursday was kind of maybe a larger cut based on what the analyst surveys have predicted. We're looking for corn yield to be about 183.5 bushels per acre, Terry, and that's compared to 186.7 bushel per acre in September. And then there's some talk that yield could be closer to 180. So, we'll get a better look at, actual corn export demand over the next several weeks as the USDA plays catch up with some of the daily sales made over the shutdown. But yeah, everybody's expecting lower yields, and they're expecting corn demand. We haven't got. We were getting weekly export shouts. Just reports every time a sale was made, but it's not official. But we hope to catch up on all these exports reports and the next 2 to 4 weeks here as we move forward. So
yeah, that'll be nice. And overall, over the past couple of weeks, as far as our markets go, things have at least they've been trending a little bit to the upside, haven't they?
Oh yeah. Yesterday we hit a new 17-month high on soybeans yesterday. So that was that. That in itself tells the tale. Yeah, we've got some slowly moving up markets, and let's hopefully the USDA doesn't take it all away with a bearish report today. But yeah, we've had some great pricing opportunities, Terry, for the growers out there, and they've been taking advantage of them not only for this crop year, but a little bit of pricing being done for the 2026 crop year as well. So it's a good time for the growers to get a hold of their marketer, whoever that may be, and kind of talk through some strategies potentially. So
yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. So right now on the board at Star of the West, what have you got?
What we got is cash wheat up a penny, 522 on the white, 447 on the red. New crop for 2026 down a penny at 564 on the white, 479 on the red. Let's call cash and current crop corn unchanged at 392. New crop for next year down a penny at 412. Cash and current crop soybeans currently down a penny at 1061. And new crop for next year, Terry, let's call it up a penny at 1043.
You have a great weekend, Gary.
I will. You do the same. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. On the line with me right now over at Lingle Equipment, Kim Weiss joining us right now. Kim, you've been pretty busy the last few weeks.
Yeah, we have, Terry, and things are moving along right along here. And I just wanted to bring up that I do have utility vehicles left, and I'm closing them out, trying to get them moved on out. If you're looking for a utility vehicle side by side, I have a gas camo here, and I have some diesels with couple of them with factory cab with air and heat. If you're looking for something like that, come on in and let's sit down and talk about it. We'll see what we can do to get it out to you and get you going. We're right alongside I-75, just south of Milwaukee Bridge, off the Washington Road exit, or give me a call at 989-754-7801, or send me an email at k.weiss, W-E-I-S-S, at lingo1.com, and I'll get you the information back, and we'll see what we can do to make it happen. We also have some small tractors with snow blowers, so if you're looking for something that you need a tractor or you need a utility vehicle, don't hesitate to give me a call.
All right. Kim, you take care. Have a great weekend, okay?
You too, Terry. Let's hope we get some good weather. There's a lot of leaves to clean up yet and stuff like that before we get any more snow.
Boy, I guess so. Talk to you later. Kim Weiss over at Lingle Equipment. Take a break, and then we'll talk a little bit about milk. But first, this.
You can't do the same thing and expect different results. So here's some advice. Change the seed and you'll change the game. Zitavo soybean seed is the seed you've always wanted. It's been tested again and again, going through at least 12 quality control protocols because 11 wasn't enough. All to ensure that you get consistent performance from every seed that can pay off with better soybean yield. Zitavo soybean seed is ready to raise the bar for soybeans. Are you? Learn more at xitavosoybeanseed.com. Always read and follow label directions.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed headquarters. You know, might be a really good idea to get a hold of those folks to make sure that you can lock in some of the Dairyland products that you want. It's been a very busy fall for the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, so you might want to give them a call today while you have a chance. Remember, serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983, Freeland Bean and Grain. A lot of controversy, a lot of chit-chat about what kids are getting in the schools these days when it comes to food. And the Department of Agriculture is really looking at a lot of different things. One thing that we're seeing, though, which quite frankly, to a lot of us is no big surprise, but I mean, it should have been for years, really, is milk available in the high schools and in the middle schools and grade schools. With more on that, here's a report from Michigan Ag Today.
For years now, students in school cafeterias have been limited to either low-fat or fat-free milk options. But as Greg Allen reports, that soon could change. Lawmakers and farm groups are rallying behind the Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act, which would allow schools to serve whole and 2% milk once again. Supporters say the move isn't just about taste. It's about nutrition and economics.
It was really supposed to be on top of efforts to reduce fat consumption.
That's American Farm Bureau Federation economist Danny Munch.
But we realized quickly that it didn't really relate to modern nutritional science. And that meant whole and 2% milk, the types most families buy at home, were taken off the menu, especially for school kids. Since then, milk consumption in schools has dropped. That's why there's been growing momentum to bring that choice back.
The National Milk Producers Federation says whole milk's return could help stabilize dairy prices and boost demand for family farms, especially in states like Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin, where milk is a major part of the ag economy.
There were 4.86 billion school meals served in 2024, and 85% of students grab milk. Skim milk has no grams of fat, and 1% has about 2.5 grams of fat. So if we switch to 2% and whole milk, that would increase 5.5 to 8 grams of butterfat per serving to each of those kids. That would boost up returns for dairy farmers because of that higher value fluid milk market.
Critics, however, worry that higher fat options could conflict with existing nutrition standards. But many parents and nutritionists argue that whole milk offers more natural nutrients and keeps kids fuller longer, especially in active growing years.
Whole milk is creamier, has better flavor, and it helps them feel full and cuts waste. It delivers 13 essential nutrients that support healthy growth and lifestyles. You also have benefits on the farmer side too. Local dairies that don't have costly separators to remove butterfat can now have access to the school system.
If Congress passes the bill, it could mark the first major shift in school milk policy in over a decade.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Insurance Agency. Open enrollment for Medicare. Yeah, it's going on right now, and the folks at the Rummel Agency can help. They've got experts online ready to go when you need to know. The Rummel Insurance Agency, offices in Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and in Vassar. Along with us, Chuck Servinski, Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. And Chuck, some folks are making their own boughs for the holidays.
Definitely, and sometimes it can be found right in your own yard. Branches from arborvitae, boxwood, junipers, and spruce, all common things that we have in our yards, are handy for those projects. The question comes up right now: can I trim the branches off this time of the year? And the answer is yes, you can. Sometimes an overgrown tree or shrub needs trimming to balance its shape out this time of the year, and that makes it very easy to use these branches that you trim off for holiday decorating. Some of the more fast-growing ornamental evergreen shrubs that provide the colorful branches are green mountain boxwood, glow blue spruce, Reinhold arborvitae, sun-kissed arborvitae, and blue holly. And a lot of these we find in our backyard now.
Yeah, we do. For more information on that, plus what's going on at Maple Hill, how do we get a hold of you, Chuck?
You can get a hold of us here at 989-835-4708. Visit our website, www.maplehillmidland.com, and just announced this morning the Black Friday sale from Pollywood. A lot of the Martha Stewart branded items from Pollywood are on sale right now.
All right. You take care. Have a nice weekend, Chuck.
You too, and we'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Brian Grew, your sales manager from Beta Seed. When you plant Beta Seed, you're planting a decade of research and testing built to perform in your region and on your farm. Every hybrid is bred to drive higher yields, better sugar content, and stronger disease tolerance. Our science never rests, and neither should your confidence. Talk to your Beta Seed rep today or visit betaseed.com because there's a science to breeding confidence.
Farmers at heart. At Beck's, that's who we are. For over 100 years, the Beck family has lived and farmed in central Indiana. Today, we're proud to serve a dedicated community of farmers in Michigan. To us, helping farmers succeed means so much more than just being a great seed supplier. Our family of employees and dealers are committed to helping farmers seek new challenges, push boundaries, and innovate in an ever-changing industry. That's what makes Beck's different. We love what we do. We are and will remain farmers at heart.
We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, so you stick around for that. We now conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.